Hi, hi. For who doesn't know me, I'm a decentralized mind, simply a humble guy who decided to start to build Bitaxes. Um, in the meantime, I'm gonna show you the tools we I usually use, we use. So this is a simple rework station. So heat gun. Somewhere I have the iron. Uh, Here it is. So, brief history. A year ago, I found out that we can build basically the Bitaxe thanks to the OSMU community. And let's say that I have no electronic engineer knowledge at all. I study as a mechanic. Now I'm working as a welder full time. And in the weekends, I'm building those. Uh, I have to say, it wasn't easy, especially in the beginning. I started last year, around this time, November, and the first Bitaxe basically started to hash in February. So the learning curve was extremely steep. Nonetheless, I got able to manage how to make it work. And lately, I started to build the multi-chip boards, which sadly I don't have with me. And the thing is, everybody can do it. It's not easy, but it's achievable. I think somewhere here around we have Wantclue, which is somewhere there, the lead software developer of the Bitaxe. The thing is, everybody can do that, and even if you have any issue, you can simply go to the our Discord server. Hey guys, there is some issue, it doesn't work, can you help me out? And 100% you will find someone who is gonna help you. My idea today was to make a proper workshop and to show you how the soldering process works. Sadly, it's not really easy, so I will try to, keep talking, and in a case anyone has a question, please let me know. Let me see if I have something else to show you. Yeah, well, other tools, multimeter, tools that you will need if you want to start it. It might not be very cheap hobby, because I spend several thousands right now, but it's doable. If you like repair things in general, you can simply go to the GitHub on the github/bitaxe.org, and you will find all the repository. This is a full open source software, hardware. We have all the files released there. So you just need to have a lot of patience, grab the heat gun, and start to soldering it. My tip is, don't start directly with maybe the Bitaxe. You can find online several, like a practicing board, with more or less the same components. So you can practice over and over and over. Don't do like me, which I overestimate my skills, and after a couple of weeks I said like, okay, screw that, I can do it, which in the end it didn't work. Basically, I fried the several components, couple of chips. I literally damaged several PCBs because, I was jiggling with my finger, and I ripped off literally the components. Again, it's doable. It just takes time, and especially if you don't have skills like me. What amazed me in this project is also the community behind. They're always ready to help. There'll always be someone, of course, with bigger knowledge who can say like, hey, you're doing mistakes. For instance, you can set up the temperature too high and literally melt something. And easy components which get damaged, USB, because there's a plastic inside. Power connector, it's a plastic. I melt them several times. From time to time, I keep doing it because, yeah, less focused. Again, you can do it. You can literally build your own miner. You can run it on your node or in the pool if you don't have the node. And you can literally still decentralize the network. And this is also what drives me and drives me. We can help the network to be decentralized. And this is amazing, because otherwise we have to go through Bitmain, Canaan, and all these companies where something gets broken and you have to contact the customer service, which might not be very responsive. On these miners, you just go on a GitHub, you find all the schematics, and you can start to troubleshooting. Again, as not to be, I'm not an electronic engineer, so troubleshooting might not be easy, but you can do it. Let me see if I have something else to show. Tools generally, yeah. Many people knows like a solder thin wire. In this case, we use the solder paste. Specifically for this board, when you order the PCB, you should order the stencil. So you put the PCB on, let's say, on the table, you put the stencil on top, and you spread all over the soldering paste. Remove the PCB, and you have nicely, I don't know if maybe the people on the front row can see, all these pads, they will be basically covered with the soldering paste. So you don't have too much mess, less possibility to bridge pins or pads. Another thing, the quality control. Many people text me like, hey, I have this issue, blah, blah, blah. Did you check whatever parts? Not really. Okay, can you take a picture of? And then I can see bridges, or I can see like the cold solder, which was actually my first main issue. Cold solder is when the solder tin seems to be melted, but in reality it's not. And it looks pretty okay unless when you go with the magnifier lens, or in my case I have at home the digital microscope, and you can properly see, oh, this is not good. And in that case, you just grab again the heat gun, properly melt it again, test it, okay, now it's working. This is more or less what I'm doing in my free time. I'm planning slowly with the coming year to open my small company here in the Netherlands, because I see that we have always to go through Americans channel or different channel here in Europe, which can be expensive because of the shipping cost, or maybe the quality might not be good. So my main goal is to focus on quality, less quantity, more quality. And hopefully to push more the open source mining into the house. It's not easy, it's cheaper. For me to build one of those, it cost me, let's say, around 80 euro, the Bitaxe Gamma. If anyone is interested, like I might sell it, I might not. I just build my own small farming storage at the moment in the house. This is it, basically. Yeah, sadly, I cannot show you properly how I'm doing. So if anyone has a question, please come forward. Otherwise, yeah, I would say this is it. You need the time, you need a lot of practice, a lot of patience, a bit money backup on your side, because if something happened, let's say you order the specific amount of components, resistor, capacitor, whatever, and let's say you point the heat gun and the resistor flies away, and then you're quite screwed because you don't have a spare one. So always order a spare one, get some extra parts. You will always need it. Basically, this is it. Sorry, guys, because I didn't expect I have to talk in front of all of you. And I have really not so much to talk. I would like to show you more in a practice, like how the things are done. So this is my workshop. So again, my apologies because seriously, it's the first time I have to speak in front of all of you, all of these people, and yes.
I have a question, if I may. I'm Duncan from the lovely London.
Oh, hey.
Hello. So when you're building your Bitaxe,
Yeah.
tell me about the process of putting the ASIC on. Are you taking them from another miner to get them on the reel?
Good question.
Small and shit. How do you do it?
Originally, in the beginning, and I didn't know, I used the old our friends AliExpress, which in the end resulted in faulty chips. I ordered like about 10 of them. 50-60% were literally trash. Slowly in the process, I start to, buy them around several shops. For instance, we have a nice shop in Spain which selling us only the ASIC chips. And I think a few months ago I decided, okay, I need to go a bit bigger. And I ordered from US a full hash board from the S21X, I think was the model. So with 55 chips inside. And I started to solder them. I didn't know that the harvesting process was terribly painful because the board itself, the hash board, is made in aluminum. They use the lead-free soldering paste, which is melting around 200-220 degrees, if I'm not mistaken, which caused me basically to set up this machine at the maximum power, so 500 degrees, and the preheater, which I don't have with me today, which is basically a tool which is heating from the bottom, even that one to the max, around 400-450 degrees. The thing was that I have to stand with the heat gun exactly on top until I start to see the solder melting down. That cost me around 5 broken chips. They literally cracked. But okay, as a first experience, and I have to say, okay, it's 5-10% broken out of 55. I don't mind. Hopefully, with the time, I'm gonna be able to buy the reel, which might cost me a bit more per chip, but then I have the completely security of I'm gonna install it and I'm not gonna have problem. Why? When you harvest the ASIC chip, it's not guaranteed that the chip is gonna have the same hash rate as originally, and if you are building the multi-chip board, it's not guaranteed that the chips, they will be able to work in a series. So once you put the first one, might be recognized, the second might be not. And there you have several issues like alignment process, the chip might be faulty, might be cracked. Basically, until you try it, you don't know. And so back to your question, right now I'm harvesting them. Sooner or later, I hope to find a good dealer to buy the reel and buy several hundreds and start to push a bit more the production. You're welcome. Any other question? Otherwise, I think I'm gonna wrap it up quite early today because, yeah, as I said, I would really enjoy more to explain you the process while I'm doing and explain you why I'm doing, how I'm doing it, than talking without physically showing you guys why it's working. So, sorry. Thank you.